Hello students, welcome back to Teach Aura. I hope you all are doing fine and watching my videos and trying to understand the concept well. Before we begin today's class, let's quickly recap what we have learned in our previous class. That is photosynthesis explained in detail part 2 video. I hope you all have watched that video and have subscribed to my channel. Yeah, thank you for that. We learned about, in our last class children, we learned about the amazing process called photosynthesis, the process by which plants prepare their own food. We understood that plants are tiny master chefs, right? Because they make food inside their leaves using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll. We also learned that leaves are called food factories, right? Kitchen of the plant and sunlight. And to carry out this, sunlight is very important for plants and all living things. So during photosynthesis, plants prepare glucose, which is the end product, right? And release oxygen, which help all living beings to survive on earth. We also studied that glucose gives quick energy, the instant energy, right? And extra glucose is stored in the form of starch, right children? Yes, and also don't forget the fun element what we got in our class, that plants never order food online. Yes, they are producers. They use a solar powered kitchen. Yes, that is the solar energy, the light what they get from the sun, right? So something even important we are going to learn today. Okay, that is reflection of what we have learned in our earlier classes. Today's class children, you will learn how to write the exam, how to write the answer of photosynthesis in your exam. I will discuss all the important key points of photosynthesis. Okay, right children? And also we are going to learn a chemical equation if it is asked in the exam. Okay, so get set, ready. So now we have understood the process of photosynthesis, right children? Very well, right? So now let us again meet all the important members of plant kitchen, right? So all these members help out to carry out the photosynthesis. So sunlight we know. Let us do a quick recap. So sunlight gives energy. Chlorophyll is a green pigment that traps sunlight. Carbon dioxide comes from air. Water comes from roots, right? Roots absorb water. Glucose, which is a plant food, which is the end product formed during the process of photosynthesis, and then oxygen, which is released in air. And leaves, you know, it's a food factory, right? And roots are what? Water suppliers. Yes. So with this teamwork, right? So with they all come together and carry out photosynthesis. So without teamwork, photosynthesis cannot happen. And that also implies in your class, if any activity is given by teacher and it's a group discussion or a group activity, you have to come together, work as a team, right? So then only you will get a good result. The outcome would be good. Okay. Now let us move on to the next. So here you can see on my screen this definition of photosynthesis written, and this is how you have to write in exam children. Okay, so exams are coming, so let me give you some secret teacher tips. Okay, so here you will write the definition. Okay, and what is the definition here? So photosynthesis is the process by which green plants prepare their own food using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. And you know what are they? Okay, and if they ask their functions, their role also, you will be able to write. Yes, we have discussed this. During this process, glucose and oxygen is formed. Okay, and photosynthesis takes place mainly in the leaves of green plants, right? And what do they need? They need sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll to carry out the process of photosynthesis. And if they ask you equation, okay, and you should learn to write equation also, right? So you can write here, it's a balanced equation here, right? So you can see here carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives what? Glucose and oxygen. Okay, you have to write your chlorophyll also in the presence. Okay, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. And here chlorophyll is a green pigment present in leaves, right children? Yeah. So plants prepare glucose food during photosynthesis, and what is released? Oxygen is released during this process. Okay, and glucose is formed, which we have just told earlier. So photosynthesis is very important because it provides oxygen for all living beings. Okay, so this is how you're going to write the definition of photosynthesis, right children? Now let us move on to the next slide. Right. So now, so after writing photosynthesis, okay, so now like if the question is asked, okay, wherein they are asking you to write in more in detail, okay, so this is how you can use your creativity and write down in this form which I have presented on my screen. So you can write first the ingredients, like what is like important to carry out the photosynthesis, and then the process and the chemical equation and why photosynthesis is important. So this you can write it in point wise, or if you want to write it something in a different way, you can write it in this way. Okay, so you definitely your teacher will give marks, but read the question properly, okay, and what is asked. Okay, so now in the next I'm going to give you the tips for your exam paper. Okay, so what is that? So now, since we have discussed about like what to write it in a creative way, so now, so the most important thing what you have to write in the exam is mention the importance of photosynthesis and underline the keywords like chlorophyll, glucose, okay, wherein it will take teacher's attention, okay, and teacher will understand that yes, you have written all the important terminologies which is required for the answer, okay, and draw a neat diagram children, okay, draw a neat diagram. And this, so when they ask you the draw a neat diagram of photosynthesis, yes, definitely you have to label it and draw it neatly. Okay, now, so now we come to vocabulary words. Okay, so here I'm going to paste this link in the description box children. Each word, okay, I have written here, which is very important, and also I have given the definitions and synonyms of it. So what other words you can use it. So whenever, like, children, you tend to get confused if there is no terminology or some other word is given. So to help you out, I have given the other words also. Okay, like stomata. For stomata, it is called as leaf pore and it helps in gas exchange, right? So like that I have given for all. So you can see here for roots, for leaves, transpiration is there. Okay, so this is how you will write your answer. Okay, and teachers, they love neat diagrams, but yes, in science labeling is very important children. Okay, so sometimes you just draw and you don't label it. No, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so when a diagram is asked, you have to clearly label it. Okay, so that is for today. So I'll meet you in my next class. Okay. So children, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And I hope you all are watching my videos and understanding the concept well. Okay. So bye for now and take care children. Bye.